I think the project is really something different than what we actually expected. It's well deserved for us to actually get this project finally, because it's a chance for us to actually expose ourselves and our ability overseas with minimal items for us to shoot.
This project, I feel, is a very big endeavor for Just Dance Inc., especially us being a new company, because this finally felt like a well-produced, or proper produced project, or a big project that we eventually worked together in collaboration with Ustaz Zaki as well.
Initially, the project and the idea came around September of last year. We were sitting down with Zaki at Ali Travel and Services.
I think Man, he actually was sitting down with Ustaz Zaki at one time. They were discussing about a new Badal Haji project.
We were talking about doing a Badal Haji project, but we didn't expect that the idea gonna stretch across the ocean.
The one we did before was very local, and it evolved to only 2 videos. This time, I think they discussed about making it into a series, into a series of events, continuous videos to tell a story.
But we thought it's like, let's build a project within Singapore and do a series instead of just doing 2 different ideas and talking about the same thing. So finally, when we decided to do this project, we didn't expect that Zaki actually give us the opportunity to shoot overseas, to do Umrah as well.
And eventually, I didn't actually expect it to continue towards being in Saudi. But yeah, I think the opportunities were there, and Ustaz Zaki was actually very kind enough to bring us there as well.
Personally, this is something that is very God-given, and yeah, I didn't expect this at all. It was really a wonderful experience.
In terms of Just Dance Inc., of course, we're not going to pass up a project like this because it's a very, as I said, it's a big project. It's going to be a very nice addition to our portfolio. But personally, I feel that the chance to actually be in Saudi and do our Umrah as well was one of the biggest deciding factors for me. And of course, if you are able to be in my shoes, I don't think you are going to pass it up as well. Yeah.
I think we are still a new company. So as new project comes in, every single thing related to that project allows us to grow. So in my opinion, and together with Kai as well, we feel that, okay, it's a must that we need to take this project because it will allow us to expand ourselves overseas, shooting with minimal items and trying our best to come out with a cinematic approach to it. It's considered like a growth for Just Dance Inc. And for us to even have this opportunity, I think it speaks a lot because me and Kai, we started this off back in 2021 as more of as freelancers. But we didn't expect that now we are able to go overseas to shoot this for a very big series project. So yeah, it is very welcoming.
In terms of preparation, I think Ustaz Zaki actually helped us a lot in terms of what he wanted to do. So he gave us a very specific directions on what he wanted to do, and we of course we fine-tune it. We of course plan all the shots and plan all the locations and stuff.
From a pre-production stand of view, the shoots in Singapore, we have to organize several different talents to work on this project.
Apa jadi pakcik baru tahu?
Aku tak ikut script bro. Aku tak ikut script. So the preparation in Singapore alone took us like almost 2 to 3 weeks to actually organize.
And of course, being a production this big, we needed talents. Thankfully, Irfan was there to help us out as well. And of course, Irfan being very close to us was a very big factor of him being in the production too.
He decided to take on the main role as the main actor, and to me that is a very huge role, and to put it on him for the first time, it definitely carries a lot of weight for him. But I'm glad that he actually took it because it's easier to work with somebody that you know, and it's easier for us to actually communicate, and surprisingly he was doing very well.
I was skeptical at first because it was a very too good opportunities lah. But at the same time, I feel great about it lah. To be honest, around that time I wasn't doing anything, so I was quite free and easy. And then my cousin called me like, Irfan, you wanna act for this project or not? I was like, let me think first. But initially, after like few hours or maybe a few minutes, I give him a call. I say, okay lah, why not, Abang Boy? I take this role lah, because I think there will be no opportunity outside for me to try this out. So I accepted it. To be honest, I know it's gonna be very hard. I was super nervous at first, and then eventually it turns out very smoothly. Just that because my cousin Abang Kai, Abang Boy, they guided me. And then throughout the process, I was very comfortable with them. And then also working alongside Ustaz Zaki, he was a very funny person. And then it made everything goes very smoothly here. It was nothing easy or hard. It's just somewhere in between, I think.
And aside from that, we organize other talents as well, like one of Zaki Alui assistants to be part of the program. And this decision was made by Zaki, and we definitely agree with it, because Dan carried a lot of weight in terms of portraying himself as the main character for the company Zaki Alui Travel Agency. And also, we took in several other talents like my mom, my aunt. There's a lot of family affairs, I would say, into this.
A few days before that, or before we actually planned on the flight itself, I was not expecting us to actually be, or I'm not expecting myself to actually be in Saudi, in Mecca doing Umrah. But as the days come closer, it started to snap that we're really going at this point of time. Honestly, I didn't do much preparation except a bit of my own religious preparations for myself. But in terms of camera work, all the equipment for our production, it was minimal. We knew that we couldn't bring in heavy equipment or too much equipment to Saudi because of a lot of restrictions and all that. But of course, we had to think smaller. We had to think we are just going to run and gun.
But preparations in Singapore are mostly focuses on script writing, focusing on locations, focusing on how the talent's going to project themselves in front of the camera. Is rather basic. Preparations going to Mecca, that took a while for us to prepare. And the reason, because we try to cut down on the equipments that we're going to bring. We tried to make it more of a run and gun thingy, so we really stripped down our cameras to the basic. We didn't even bring any lights. We were hoping that Sony camera will be able to project themselves very well in terms of shooting night versus day. And yeah, we really depend on the equipments that we have at that point. And preparations also, in terms of finance, we try to keep it to the most basic necessities of what we need to bring there. We were in Saudi for almost a week, and throughout those journey, I would say there's a lot of candid and fun experience that we go through together.
The preparation was okay, but then I got problem with remembering the script because it was quite long, and then it was my first time. So that's the toughest part I had to deal with. Before even going there, I was very nervous. I was like thinking, will I be accepted inside this Holy Land? Am I that person to be there? So I went for this course, a manasik course, whereby Ustaz Zaki was there to actually brief out for the preparation for Umrah. It was fun, and then I did cry a bit at the end, because Ustaz Zaki managed to actually, he just read this surah, I don't know what is it. Oh, everyone bursting out in tears. I was like, oh, please don't do it. And now I cried. Yeah, so he taught us how to do the ihram. At the end of the manasik course, I was very confident that this is my chance to go and visit all over the place.
I think as the day goes by, the pressure sets in. We were excited, but we were also kind of nervous. I think me was even nervous. Although I've been to the Holy Land once, going there a second time together with my cousin and my best friend, it's a bit nerve-wracking. The whole experience is a bit unexpected in a way, but as time progresses, we go for the courses, we go through the airport, we say goodbye to our family, and ultimately when we reach the destination, we felt like it's a blessing in disguise. Because to be honest, I didn't expect to go there on a personal basis. I didn't expect to go there with my cousin and my best friend. Something that I wished for a long time, but we finally, and Allah's grace, finally been able to do this. So it was quite an undertaking, but it was a positive start.
To be honest, at the airport, I was, I got nothing in my head. I was like totally lost. Like everything was blank. Like I want to travel there faster. I do not want to see my family. So I want to be there, as fast as possible. I enjoy my time there, visit all over place. Do my pilgrimage, and that's it. Eventually at the airport was a very quick session with my family by saying bye, take photos, and that's it. I went inside the entry to the gates.
My immediate thoughts was that I couldn't believe that I was there. In all honesty, never, I won't say a million years, never in my so-called time right now, at this point of time, I would say that I was or am allowed to be there. It was a experience that I did not believe I could experience. To put it very bluntly, not because that I was not prepared, but because I didn't think that I'm at that level that I was to be invited to the house of Allah. But being there with Man and Irfan and Ustaz Zaki and Dan and all that, it made things more comfortable, and I felt that I could perform well my Umrah, and all the stuff that went about there was very smooth. Yeah.
I think when we land in Mecca, the first thing in my head was, how are we going to navigate through this? Yeah, the idea of the project also comes to my mind, but also the other part of my thought is like, how am I going to manage my two bestest people in my life? I think my concern was like, I'm worried about their safety. I think safety is the most important thing. But the moment we landed, everything starts to go smoothly. One of Zaki Alwi acquaintances pick us up from the airport. Then we head off to the mosque to do our pledging. After we did our pledging for Umrah, we head to the hotel. At the hotel, we quickly put our stuff and change, and we get ready ourselves to do the pilgrimage. Before we even fly off to take the airplane, we were already in half view. We were wearing our ihram. It's a bit hard for me to speak this, but yeah, we were wearing our ihram. So when we transit into Qatar, we were told to actually wear our full gear. And once we reach there, everything is already prepped. It's just that we need to take our pledge. So we put our item in the hotel. We get to the lobby, and then we go off to do our Umrah. It was a spectacle feat for us, and even for me, even though I have been there once, seeing the Kaabah again, it actually, soothed the hearts. I get emotional every time we see the Kaabah. But to have my family there and my best friend, it feels even more blessing. And it's their first journey as well. And I still remember Kai was like, mumbling to himself like, MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Every time we pass by Mecca, MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. He was in awe. And Irfan is like, no, I'm cool. He's trying to maintain his posture. But I know deep inside his heart he's emotional. Trying to get the best emotions out of him is not easy. But I know he's emotional.
Initially I said I was nervous. I'm saying, will I be accepted? But then when I first landed in Mecca, to be honest, I felt nothing. I was totally lost, blank once again. Like immediately I want to do my tawaf. Like I was focusing so hard that I was in total silence and just following through Ustaz Zaki. Nothing much to say. Basically, it was marvelous. It was very wonderful, to be honest, to be there. I can't say anything. I was speechless.
So Ustaz Zaki was very professional. He had an eye for things. So he made us feel very comfortable. He guided us very well.
He's very attentive, I could say. He's very precise. He keep guiding us through every detail, every small details. Like even when I got questions to ask, he immediately answered me. Like out of 100, he's like 100.
One thing that I'm always amazed about Zaki, since my first pilgrimage with him, he is very attentive. So he never lose his sight on us. We are constantly under his radar, and no matter who he brings over there, as long he is the mutawif, our safety comes first. So I am very thankful to him. I mean, we are all very thankful to him for bringing us around the Kaabah. what we see is not necessarily understandable unless you have a professional who actually explain to us what all of these are all about.
Prior to that, before I actually flew off, I have a leg injury, a knee injury, and I think even though he didn't say out loud, I think he took that into account as well. So I felt very comfortable. I felt very safe with Ustaz Zaki, and I think that he guided us 100%, 110% throughout this journey.
I was super confident because Ustaz Zaki been through this for more than 10 years. So having him alongside me, you just felt confident like you're doing the right thing.
In terms of Zaki Alwi himself, I mean, that guy is top-notch, high level. He is very good at what he does. The journey itself was very smooth. He also knows the history of Mecca. There's a lot of things that he shared with us, aside from leading us through the pilgrimage, walking through, doing the tawaf, doing the sa'i, and ultimately, as we exit, there's a lot of other history that he actually shared with us. I think the moment we set off from Singapore, wow, the jokes. Oh my god, the jokes. I think I remember the jokes more than I remember shooting the video itself. But I also remember the pilgrimage, definitely. Irfan, he was a hungry boy. Yeah, Irfan, he's definitely a hungry boy. I didn't know that he could eat a lot. We finished our Umrah at about 2 a.m. We had nice mandi rice, chickens and everything. It's a big platter for all of us to share together. But this boy, he go and buy pizza. OMG. I don't know how he actually finished the thing. But the moment we hit into the room, he was holding like a box of pizza and he was like, oh, this is so sedap, it's delicious. Every night is a feast. And I mean, like Zaki, when it comes to feasting, damn, he can eat. MashaAllah. I think I lose weight a lot, but when I come back to Singapore, I gain whatever I have lost in Singapore. So it was definitely an experience, and I wouldn't trade anything for it. Trust me. Given the chance, I would do it again, with the same group of people, going to the same locations, eating the same food.
Because before we fly off, one day before, I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating, and then the moment I did my Umrah, I literally went downstairs. Before we did the Umrah, we had dinner. I was eating quite a lot, and then definitely after 2 a.m, I'm like definitely you guys will be very tired, but then I was like super energetic. I mean, we were at the vendors, the makan vendors, the eating vendors to buy foods. Probably my cousin, they were all like so tired, but I'm the one, like feeling so hungry. I bought like one big pizzas and then bought chickens. The food was so damn delicious. I can't say anything like just that. Sorry to Ustaz Zaki lah, but I don't eat the lamb lah, Ustaz Zaki. I only eat the kunafa lah, but eventually it was nice. I eat the rice and then I'm sorry, I cannot eat kambing and later happening lah, Ustaz.
What's the thing I most remember about food is the broast. The broast chicken was one of the best chicken I've tasted in my entire life. Other than that, the things that we had, the pizza, the mandi rice, Ustaz Zaki brought us to his favorite restaurant, which is also a mandi rice kind of place where we were able to sit on the floor and eat, and what you wouldn't expect a lamb head to be served to us as well. So that was a big and other than that, all the street food, not saying street food, all the food there in the shops and all that are just very tasty. It was different, but I think Man and your friends can agree with me. I think the thing that actually pulled us back most was Hardee's, or AKA Carl's Jr. And you wouldn't expect Carl's Jr. to pull us back twice during the trip.
Right, the food is marvelous. I really enjoyed the mandi rice. We ate a lot, and there's never once that we didn't feel our stomach was empty. And thank you, Ustaz, for bringing us around and eat all this delicious cuisine.
Boleh dengar kan? Boleh kan? Okay guys, kita sekarang ada dekat Matam Najib, yang mana restoran favourite saya lah. And siapa yang very close with me, I will always bring to this restaurant. And today birthday Sudarman, kita doakan semoga Allah panjangkan umur, murahkan rezeki, diberikan kesihatan, keafiatan, diberikan kebahagiaan bersama keluarga, diberikan kebahagiaan, diberikan kebaikan dunia dan akhirat insya-Allah. Amin. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Happy birthday Sudarman.
Thank you.
Cakap happy birthday. Silaman. Happy birthday Rasa Dharma.
Happy birthday Mas.
Terima kasih.
Jangan risau kan, rambut dan kereta itu boleh tumbuh balik. InsyaAllah. Tapi apa-apa pun, kita makan dulu. Jemput bismillah.
Bismillah. But then again, the funny thing was, we keep on going back to hadis. I think when we go into Madinah also, the first thing that we look for is hadis, which is very strange. I think if the first day when we are there, we eat hadis after our pilgrimage and all that, I think we were stuck with eating hadis throughout the whole pilgrimage. But thank God, it's only the last 2 days of our pilgrimage that we need stuck with hadis. But I would definitely eat that again. Oh, brother juice. Brother juice. I think it started with Kai lah. He made friends with this guy, and he keep on calling us. Assalamualaikum, come buy our juice. So
The brother juice came out initially between Abang Kai and him, not me. So what I heard was this guy, brother juice, selling juices to all the customers, and then Abang Kai actually made friends with him, and then every time we walk past or we just fly by, and then he will just greet us, hello, assalamualaikum, come buy juice.
Anytime when we go out, we want to buy the drinks, the first thing we saw him, we say, hey, brother juice. Brother juice call us really. We go there.
Brother, come here, buy juice. I was like, Abang Kai is looking for you, not me. Cause I was always there drinking teh ice. I'm just a Malay flavor. Throat just need the teh ice. Then Abang Kai, who like fruits, he bought the juice from his own brother, so-called Muslim brother.
So the term brother juice, we keep on using it throughout. Even to a certain extent, when we go to Medina, we were trying to make friends with all the shopkeepers and call them brother burger lah, brother this. We just add a term at the back lah. Yeah, but overall that was a very funny thing lah.
We had a nickname for this guy who was selling juice. We call him Brother Juice because I was there waiting for him to juice our drink for quite a while. I think for close to 20 minutes because we bought some juice and I bought like a 1.5 liter bottle of mango juice. And while they were doing the juicing, we were having a talk and he was saying that not say that I want to be so-called racist, but he said that a lot of nations when they talk to him don't really understand what he's talking about, even though he's talking Malaysian, which is weird. He told me that a lot of nations come here and when he talks to them, they don't understand what he's saying. And then me as a Singaporean was like, but it's Malay. But he's talking Malay. What are you guys talking about? But yeah, I mean, he was kind enough to give us a few free cups of drinks and everything. And every time we see him or we pass by his shop, he always give us a wave hi and all that. He was a very friendly Saudi guy, or a very friendly Arab. I wouldn't say that all the Arabs are not friendly. They are all very, very friendly. It's just that his level of so-called customer service actually pushed us to call him brother instead.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. We have a lot of fun buying juices from them, and trust me, we buy one big bottle like that. It's very weird, but we managed to finish it. I think we were very thirsty every single day after doing all our pilgrimage, our shoot or tawaf.
In my view, let's start off with the local production, with what we did locally. I think the fact that we had it was some sort of a family production, as in it involves a lot of family, involves a lot of people that we know very near and dear to us. It made things a lot easier, I would say, and a lot more comfortable, especially for Irfan. His first time acting, and of course interacting with people outside the family, interacting with other actors could be a bit daunting, but I think that helped us a lot locally. And of course, being under the guise of Man as well, being the director, we had a certain standard of doing things, so it was very smooth for us to continue on with the production. In terms of overseas, when we are traveling, we did what we could, basically with all our minimal equipment, and I think we did a good job. Even though it's minimal, even though it's a lot of run and gun, a lot of no secretive shots, or basically shots that in truth were not allowed within the area. We actually managed to capture that, so it was a good run. And Irfan, being Irfan, he was very good at doing his job, even though some things might be a bit hard for him. But then, as his first time being an actor, I felt that it was very natural, it was pulled off very nicely.
At first, yeah, because I know I'm not a good actor. You basically just selected me to be one of your production shoot videos. I mean, I could just act in my own ways. But then eventually it's still like a family production to me. I would just need to do my best, and I did my best for them to help with the production.
Abang Farin, shout out Abang Farin. He's my mom's favorite actor. He is a very down-to-earth guy, very humble. I didn't expect that level of. I didn't expect a well-known actor, someone very successful to be very down to earth, very humble, and to be very friendly and open towards us as well. Especially meeting us for the first time, he was very comfortable with us, I would say, and he made me comfortable and made us comfortable with him as well. So I think he was a very good guy to work with.
I mean, actors, he's handsome, well-spoken, and there's nothing to be compared with. I'm just a low-level actor, so it's nice to talk with him, get to know him, and maybe one day to act alongside him. One day, Abang Farid.
Oh, yeah, Abang Farid is a very unique character. I was starstruck for a while. Didn't expect that a very big personality to be among us. And yeah, I feel if I was Irfan, I definitely feel the pressures, yeah. But Irfan managed to stay on his toes. And yeah, Abang Farid, maybe he can be your sidekick. I think with every production, when you deal with a team, there's always certain things that might not go as planned. So we almost never go for the overseas trip between me and Kai because of schedule differences, and we got into a very big argument.
Yeah, I had a big fight with Man at a point of time when we were playing on the dates of going. Due to some personal stuff, it actually clashed. The first dates given to me were clashed with some personal stuff. So I think even though I didn't mean it to be hurtful, I think I hurt Man with some of my words, and I think he took it very seriously. So and then I basically told him what's wrong with you, and yeah, it became a big fight for us.
Yeah, I think at that point of time, it became a bit like almost personal because we are all going through our own personal challenges.
It was not intentional for me to say things that way, but I think he read it differently, and then yeah, I apologized, and it became something that strengthened our bond as well, and as a business as well.
Me and Kai, we have known each other for so long. We basically grew up together. We perform together, we grow up together, and we're doing this together. How happy is that, you know? But when you throw everything on the ground, you speak everything without any filter, you share your experiences, you share your thoughts, you share your problems. At the end of the day, that's the way you actually manage to solve the issue.
Alhamdulillah, everything went okay. The dates, the confirmed dates were different, and I was able to go as well, and without any, any problems.
We professionally solved it together, and I'm glad that whatever came to be, came to be. Frankly, I'm very thankful to have Kai by my side because this is something that I want to do with him for so long, and for him to actually join us and be part of this production is a very key importance for Just Lens Inc.
And I think there's one more downfall that I think none of us talked about. It was after our tawaf, Ustaz Zaki got pulled into the police station for about an hour, if I'm not wrong, and we were stranded there without our mutawif for a while, just because of the equipment he was using, and then
Well, I think the equipment part was rather panicky lah. I thought my camera is gonna get confiscated. But thank God we didn't face that issue, and the guard actually dropped my camera. Thank God it didn't broke, and there's no apologies at all. But it's fine. We're in the Holy Land, so yeah, it's okay. this is what we call cabaran, challenges. We have to, keep our patience at the highest of level, and yeah, we go through a snag in the situation, but alhamdulillah, Ustaz Zaki was fine.
Mecca itself having very strict rules, it was a thing that we felt unexpected. Him being our guide and him being not there, it was like we are lost. What's going on? Even though we had Dan, it was his first time doing his Umrah as well, and it was our first time doing Umrah, me and Irfan especially. And for mine, even though it was second time, I don't think he was able to guide us. And even though Abang Farin was there,
although he was picked up by the security, and the security, we didn't know he was wearing plain clothes. Imagine you're doing a tawaf, somebody wearing plain clothes and say themselves that they are police, and they don't even carry a pass, and they put inside a copy of their pass inside their phone.
And the funny thing is, we do not know he's the police officer, because you know why? He told Ustaz Zaki, I'm the police, by showing photos on his phone. So Ustaz Zaki and us was like, are you sure you're the police? Then he's like speaking in Arabic and so on.
If you do that in Singapore, that's not part of the SOP. Not gonna go into that.
But then eventually, it went well. I mean, like Ustaz Zaki been released, and then we were there. Just we were so happy to actually be moving on with doing the stuff for the Umrah.
All in all, it came out good because he got released an hour later and just got off with a warning. So I think that was one of the biggest things that happened over there, overseas at the masjid. But we picked up from that very nicely. Being very blunt, this project is a very big production, and because it will look good in our portfolio, number one. To tell people that we've shot in Saudi, we shot overseas before is a very big thing for production houses as well, and tell people that this is how we shoot in Saudi, this is how we done things here. On a very personal level, or a very a level that's not business minded, Just Lens have worked with Zaki Alwi Travel and Services for quite a while. We've done some projects with him as well, and I think it was a very big, good idea that we were going to do this project with Zaki, because I felt it was a good way to give back to the community, in a sense where this is how things are done over there, or this is how things are carried out. It was more of to me, it was more of an informative thing instead of a promotion or marketing strategy. It feels like we're giving back to the community as well, especially to our Muslim brothers and sisters, and how things work.
Just Lens Inc. continues to grow with every new project, and with every new projects, there are new challenges. And for me personally, I think challenges comes in various forms. And with this project that we receive, I hope that we are able to grow further, and use it as a platform for us to actually leverage to newer clients, to have more challenging production work, and to push ourselves beyond our own boundaries. It's very important to work on the series because of all the continuation factors, how you want to link the story, but it also forces us to be very attentive. And with all this attention that you put into a project, I think it's something that is very new for us, because all this while we have been working on projects that are singular, like single production. This is the first series that we have actually done, and it's 6 episodes, short episodes. In a way, we grow to be better production house, to be better at our craft, and to be better at storytelling. I'm hoping that in the future we have more opportunities like this, and definitely when the time arrives, we will definitely take the project. Just that we need to be consistent with our flow, and I'm thankful for this project.
Seeing the Kaaba, I mean, that's the most memorable thing for me. Like seeing the Kaaba, seeing all the people all around the world, different races with one religion, like everyone's gathering around just to doing the same thing, the tawaf, praying, saying the dua in Arabic. Like even the language does not even matter there. Like if you can speak Arabic, that's good. But eventually everyone are one there in Mecca. About the production, I mean, they both are my cousins. We created the new memories overseas. Like we never travel out often together as one, but then eventually when we were overseas, I think we bonded quite well. Our bond were quite strong. Then we joke around even though we are in Mecca, Medina. I think that's the most funniest thing ever happened. during the stays.
I think some of the things that are highlights of the production itself is just being involved with people who you work closely with. I mean, I'm good working with Zaki as a client. We are good working with Zaki as a client. We have worked with him for a number of projects, but when it comes to this project, it's in particular a very huge one for all of us. The most memorable part, if given the chance for me to explain, I would definitely say the production itself. Seeing my cousin act, Kai being the sound man, and also a lot of other things. Kai himself got injured before we fly off. So the challenges are there for us all to see. But we managed to stand tall. And other memories would definitely be the comradeship when we are over there. Yeah, there's a lot of lesson learned, and it was a fun and memorable time over there.
I think this is more like an exposure for me. This could be somewhere I could actually somehow land an acting role in the future. So I think this takeaway actually was a good opportunity for me to actually build up my portfolio, I think. So eventually, if they have any more project, I'll be willing to help them to act again. And then, Just Lens, even though it's new, it's big, and if you need quality, you can just find them. They're always there.
One of the things that I kept saying to myself that point of time is why I'm here, or why I'm at Mecca, or why I'm at Saudi itself. The greatest takeaway is that I realized that you don't plan your life, Allah does, and whatever things that He wants to make happen will happen. Yeah, even though with my argument with Man and the dates and everything, it felt at first that I was not going to go at all. But plans change. Allah did come through to let me allow me to be at His house, and as I was there all the way, I was like, whoa, I couldn't believe that I'm here. It's just that these few things you think that you're in control of, you might not be in control of. But other than that, I think the friendship that we have over there with whoever in our production team, Man, Irfan, Ustaz Zaki, then Abang Farin, I think it actually tightened our bond in a way, and also build up more trust with each other, and felt like we are a family of that. So we look out for each other. So yeah, and it was a very big experience for me, especially for me, since I've never been anywhere that far before. Yeah.
I think the greatest takeaway for me personally is not just about the production. Production is something that is more about work. My greatest takeaway is the people I connect with. My cousin, my best friend, my family, Zaki and his team. All these people form a community within the production itself. And the bond just gets stronger when we work together, we do things together, and we have a meal together. So my greatest takeaway is that it's the community and the bond itself. I'm so thankful for this.